Today's video will look into a scenario in which Saudi Arabia forms an empire. I believe one of the biggest holders of oil. I believe. Pretty sure. And they have a pretty strong military, but they aren't like the strongest nation. But let's look into a scenario today in which they become the strongest nation. The first thing they do is invade Yemen. And Yemen's like 50 countries. But anyways, they take the first Yemen country out. And now they move into the rest of Yemen. Hey, what if Saudi became an empire after World War I and got colonies like the rest of Europe? What if? What if? No, that's not it. But they take over Yemen, securing themselves as a expansive nation with a secret alliance between Qatar, UAE, Oman, and Kuwait. They go to war with Oman. Oman, that was a bad idea, Oman. But, just to be specific, they succeed against Yemen, because who doesn't? But can they succeed against Oman? I guess Oman needs that country from the civilization to return. And no, it's not called Oman. But anyways, but it is Oman. But it's not. Got it? Not, but kinda is. The Saudis' full coast here collapsing. But don't worry, some of the forces over here move there. And Kuwait gets its butt kicked. And yeah, that's Kuwait for you. And they have even more oil. Who knew? Like, is this like America making an empire? What? With them going in behind the front lines into the UAE. Capitulating the country, and they use their naval forces to gain control of Qatar. Qatar. Really. Qatar. Has a lot of natural gas, I believe. But anyways, let's see what it looks like. The Saudi only wanting small amounts of land, but they think they can beat Ethiopia, Somaliland, Eritrea, Somalia, Djibouti. With them taking over like every country's bases, literally. They move into Ethiopia and parts of Eritrea. Well, they managed to take over most of Somalia, big chunk of Ethiopia, and they all agree to a peace treaty. North. And they think they can annex a nation. So they annexed Jordan and Palestine. Why would they do that? I guess they're trying to start a war. With them moving in and managing to seize Israel. At first they seize the north part and then the south part. Yep. And now they have Israel under their control. And well, they do cruel things. So Israel, everybody from Israel moves to Cyprus, and Cyprus becomes Israel. Yep, exactly. And so they invade Lebanon. But oh wait, they just made a coalition turn on them, which consists of Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. But luckily for them, they're easily able to not let Syria move in, and they move into Syria. And take this. But unlucky for them, Iran and Iraq are working together. They take over Kuwait and Saudi territory. But not so good for them is that, well, they have taken over most of Syria, and they're moving into northern Iraq. With them moving into Iran, the country collapses, so they take what they want, and Iraq falls right after. Let's see how the peace Anatolia. Why would they do this? Because they can. That's an answer, but not really. But it's true. They can. And they invite Greece to join them. And Cyprus has become Cyril. Yep, that's exactly what it became when all the Israelis moved in. With them taking over Istanbul, the Greeks keep advancing. And they rename the city to Byzantium City, because why not call it Byzantium? And so then the country falls. Let's see how the peace treaty. One target on their mind. Egypt. But they didn't realize Egypt was helping Sudan. But luckily they had forces in Eritrea, because they were planning on doing that after. They didn't think they would have to get involved this soon. But they take over the Sinai Peninsula, form a stalemate at the Suez Canal as they move into the south. They move into the south of Sudan, not to be confused with South Sudan. With the Darfur region revolting for independence, because why wouldn't they? With Khartoum falling, and well, the rest of Sudan capitulates. With Egypt in trouble as they move into the Nile, wherever I lives, and down the northern coast. With their capitulation being a big deal, meaning that the dreams of the Saudis have been met. And that's pretty much all for the Saudi superpower. With Saudi establishing itself as the power and has shown how strong it is. Probably one of the top 10 nations. Top 5 is what I consider a superpower. So it's like, yeah, top 5. India, China, Russia. It would be America, Saudi. No, America, Russia, China, Saudi, India. That's the new way of doing it. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment while map her out. But not until you subscribe. Bye, guys.